It's a cold morning here at Cedar Creek State Park. We've already got everything, trying to get everything packed up so we can hit the road and go have some fun in Xenia and Yellow Springs, maybe is what it's called. Anywho, we're on our way to Bryan State Park. We do have to handle some really busy roads before we get to the Little Miami Trail, but it should be an interesting day. There is an option of a gravel side road where we don't have to take the busy road. We're still deciding on that, so let's see what happens. But not too bad sleeping. I got down to like 47 last night, but I was pretty warm because our nice camp neighbors over here, they let us hang out with their fire, and they gave us some coffee because we ran out of fuel. So yeah, it happens, you know, you make do. We're all packed up. We're ready to roll. What do you think? You ready to roll? She's got her biking skirt on. She's ready to have some fun. Get some breweries maybe. Get you know, wherever we get to. Look, bikes are all packed though.
There's musketeers across from us.
There are musketeers across from us. We would videotape them, but it would. I don't want to. Here, wait. There we go. There we go. Can you see them?
Right here now.
Oh, I can't zoom in so you can see them. Sorry. All right, we're out of here. Goodbye.
And we're off.
Still breathing heavy. Trying to get my wind. But it's gonna be a fun day. Excited. Leaving Cedar Creek State Park. Heading to Bryan State Park by way of Xenia, and then we'll go into Yellow Springs as well. So here we go, day 2. Coming out of Cedar Creek State Park, we kind of had to hit that busy road, but then once we were done with that, it was just a windy little road back to the Little Miami Trail. And that was some easy riding all the way into Xenia. Though Xenia has several trails that intersect, we continued on the Little Miami Trail all the way up to Yellow Springs and Bryan State Park. We finally hit the Little Miami Trail right here, and we're in a little town called Roxana. And I guess there's a music or a festival, a potato festival of some sort, like 2 miles down the road. So I'm pretty excited about a potato festival. It's kind of the fun things you see along a trail. Potato festival, yes. What is a fen?
Travertine Fen.
What is a fen?
If I'm recollecting correctly, a fen is a wetland that actually has very basic water in it. So that selects, the vegetation selection is based on that alkalinity of the water coming in.
this is what we see the whole trail. Brush and trees. Brush and trees. And trail. Little small signs of fall. Very minute signs of fall. This is Craig. We met him at that Xenia depot. He was heading east on a cross-country trip with a minimally loaded down tour bike, which I was instantly engaged. And of course, I asked him 100 questions and he graciously answered those for me. Craig shared with us that he had came from Oregon originally, but not on this trip. That was the thing that kind of blew my mind, is that he had broken up his cross-country trip into a couple different trips. And I hadn't really thought about that. In this round, he was going from Pueblo, Colorado, all the way to the East Coast. And it was, how far he could get on the time off that he had from work. That was an epiphany for me. I mean, just because, I work a lot, and so the idea that, I could go on these fantastic tours and travel across several countries, but breaking them up. He was doing his own version of the Trans-America route, which I hope to one day be able to do, so I, of course, just geeked out on just chatting with him for a few minutes. If you're following the technical route of Trans-America, it goes from Astoria, Oregon, all the way over to Yorktown, Virginia. So if you don't know what the Trans-America Bicycle Trail is, it was probably the first bicycle route across the United States, and it was developed by the Adventure Cycling Association, which I'm a member of, so woo woo. So as we parted ways with Craig, I so much wanted to just pedal off in that same direction. And I continued to follow his journey all the way to the East Coast on Instagram. His Instagram is at Stop, Look, Reflect. I'll put that on the thing. He probably has no idea that I took so much away from our brief conversation. I mean, this was like a 5-minute chat. So I think about how I want to travel in the future completely differently, just by that one chance encounter with Craig. Amazing. Look at this bike infrastructure in Xenia, Ohio. Look at this. Way to go, Xenia. This is a quaint little town. It's like a small town America right here. So some of my reflections from day 2, because this is what I'm doing reflections, because you know, when you're doing something new, you constantly forget to turn on your camera, or you know, or I didn't want to ride and use my camera at the same time because, you know, I was doing something new and unsteady, and it's just, you know, and plus I wanted to have fun. So I'm kind of doing this in reflections. I'll do different bike tours in different ways, but this one, you know, I got to do a little reflecting. So after that covered bridge, we set out to go to John Bryan State Park, and I took us the straight route to the state park, which included a huge switchback that neither of us really prepared for. So that kind of drained us when we got there, and we were starving and ready for dinner. So we just hurried up and got the tent put together and rode our bikes into Yellow Springs to go have dinner. And then we had to wait like an hour for dinner. So it was, you know, I'm not good hungry. I'm pretty hangry a lot. When we left Yellow Springs, it was dark as we headed back to John Bryan State Park. And that's something I am highly uncomfortable with, riding in the dark on state highways. It was definitely a point that I had a lot of stress in, but I got through it. We got back to the site, and then it started pouring down raining. So that's how day 2 ended. You know, it's like kind of this anticlimactic climax, because there was a lot going on. I just, you know, it was a new trip, so I didn't get to record all that. And that's one of the things that I guess I'll learn as I go through and do more bike touring, is how to capture it without taking away from the moment. You know, we didn't pull a lot of miles in day 2, and it was easy riding. We only had a small section of road before we got to all trail system. So, and it was super easy riding on the trail. Loved it. Great trail system. The little Miami, yeah, big thumbs up to them. But definitely the highlight was meeting Craig and learning about how he does bike travel. Because, I mean, I was really unnerved thinking that I can't travel by bike like I want to, because I see all these other people going on these months-long and years-long journey, and I can't do that. All right, takeaways from day 2. Trail systems are awesome. I need to get more comfortable with riding at night, because night riding is way out of my wheelhouse. And that, you know, continue to add the exploring to it, because that's the one thing we did. We stopped at the Potato Festival, we stopped in Xenia, we stopped, you know, just randomly throughout. Like, don't pound the miles just for the sake of pounding the miles if you're not enjoying it and having fun with it. Get ready for day 3. Day 3, we try to outrun a storm to get to Dayton and our Airbnb in Dayton. So I'll see you in day 3.